Hey everybody, just doing a review for this VOLTME 65W 3-port power delivery charger, and just taking a look at the box right over here that the charger comes in. Over the back it does give you the specifications, and so the USB-C 1 and USB-C 2 are basically the same port. They're both able to output 65 watts of power delivery. USB type A is able to output 36 watts. Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, it's able to output 36 watts. If you're using USB-C 1 and USB-C 2 at the same time, C1 is able to output 45 watts and C2 is able to output 18 watts. If you're using C1 and the USB type A port, the output will be a 45 watt and 18 watt split. If you're using the USB-C 2 port and the USB type A port, the total max output of the charger as a whole will be 20 watts. And if you're charging from the two USB-C ports and the Type A port, it looks like both of the USB-C ports will output 45 watts, or at least they'll share a 45 watt output, and the Type A port will output 15 watts. And yeah, and overall the max output of this charger is going to be 65 watts. And that's really about it. Just taking a look at what's in the box, you get a thank you card and the manual along with the charger. The charger itself is pretty small. I think it has like about 2-inch dimensions all around and a 1-inch thickness right there. It just weighs a few ounces, you guys. I mean, this is a GaN, a gallium nitride charger. So it's going to be really small. You're not going to have any problems with portability in this case. It does have a foldable plug over on this side that just goes out and right back in. Man, that is actually pretty rigid. Wow. Okay, it's actually, you have to give it some force to push it back in. And these are the charging ports, these two USB-C ports that I was talking about. They're both able to output 65 watts if you're charging a single device at a time with the charger. And this is the Type A port that's able to output 36 watts if you're charging a single device at a time. This is a power light right over here that turns on once you plug in the charger to an AC outlet. And that's really about it. And I'm just going to go ahead and start testing it out right now, see how it performs. And I'm going to be using this River 2 power station right over here to show me the total wattage output of the charger. And so I'm just going to plug it into the AC outlet right there. Yeah, as I mentioned before, that is the LED power light. And so I'm just going to start charging my Lenovo laptop right over here to see how it performs by charging it from the USB-C 1 port first. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. It looks like I just had to change the Type C watt meter because apparently my laptop wasn't agreeing with that one that I had connected before. But yeah, anyways, USB-C 1 is charging my laptop at about 35 watts. The reading on the River 2 power station is reading 40 watts right there. So I guess we're good right there. Let me plug in my Galaxy Note 9 to see if it's able to fast charge from the USB-C 2 port. All right, got my Note 9, and so I am able to fast charge my Note 9 while also charging my Lenovo laptop. Laptop is still charging at about 35 watts. Total wattage output of the VOLTME charger is 55 watts about. And let me go ahead and charge this LG G7. Okay, so we got standard charging for the LG G7. Got fast charging for the Note 9. And let's see here. Charging for the Lenovo laptop is still about 35 watts. I know it says 33 watts, but I just round up, I guess. But total wattage output of the VOLTME charger is about 62 watts. So we're at the max output practically for the charger. And so that's what you can expect from charging, multiple devices such as a laptop and 2 phones at the same time with this charger. Let me go ahead and test out if I'm actually able to output the full 65 watts of power delivery from C1 and C2 if I'm charging a single device at a time. I do have my 2 power banks that I always test with with these type of reviews. Okay. So yeah, this is the only device charging right now, and I'm able to charge it at the full 65 watts. Well, I know it's recharging at 60 watts, but I just consider this to be the full 65 watts that the charger is able to output when charging a single device at a time. And so the total output wattage of the VOLTME charger is about 75 watts happening right now. I'm not too sure how that's happening. I guess the River 2 power station considers this to have a 75 watt output, but I'm pretty sure this is the more accurate reading in this case. Let me go ahead and test out the single port charging from C2 to see what that's able to give me. Okay, yeah, there we go. USB C2 is also able to output 65 watts, and I know I'm getting 61 watts. And the Riverview Power Station also considers this to be a 75 watt output. And so yeah, the single port charging from this VOLTME wall charger performs how it's supposed to. Let me go ahead and test out some dual charging as well. I'm just gonna connect the Wattage power bank to the USB-C 1 port, and then I'm going to connect my basis power bank to the USB-C 2 port, so I'm able to recharge the power bank right now at 65 watts. Let me see what happens when I connect my basis power bank. And so yeah, it looks like, it looks exactly like the specifications on the packaging for the charger. So the Wattage power bank is charging at about 45 watts, and I have this basis power bank charging at about 18 watts. Total wattage output of the wall charger right now is 73 watts. Not too sure how that's happening right now, but yeah, anyways, charging performs how it's supposed to. No surprises right there, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. Let me go ahead and just see what happens when I plug in my Note 9. Okay, so I got standard charging for my Note 9. No surprises right there, because I think the Type A port is outputting 15 watts right now. However, the basis power bank is not charging at all, and I have the Wattage power bank charging at about 45 watts. So it seems like the C1 port gets the priority faster charging when you're charging 3 devices at the same time. Okay, let me just see what happens when I plug in my LG G7 while I have the power bank and the Note 9 charging from the VOLTME charger. Okay, I mean, there we go. It looks like I am at least able to charge my LG G7 while also charging my Note 9 from the other 2 ports, while the power bank charges at 45 watts. Yeah, it seems to be a device-specific issue with this basis power bank not charging from the C1 port, because I'm able to charge my LG G7 at least. Total wattage output of the VOLTME charger is 75 watts right now. You know, once again, I don't think that's an accurate reading because the charger has a max output of 65 watts. And also, this VOLTME charger does feature PPS, super fast charging. I was able to super fast charge my Galaxy S20 in my review article testing. I will have a link to the review article down in the description below. And so yeah, there we go. That is my review for the VOLTME 65 watt 3-port charger. I will have a link to the product page for this charger down in the description below in case you want to take a look at the price. And I will see you all on the next video. All right, goodbye.